people. But the idea to Andrew Berry was this. Somebody sits down, they offer you 2 first-round picks. Would you do that with Myles Garrett? Andrew Berry said no. And it goes back to his end-of-season press conference when he said, we're assuming Myles is going to walk right out of Cleveland, right down to Canton. They're not trying to get rid of him. Good. Andrew Berry has drawn that line. And he said, we're not trading him, right? And I don't think there's a world that you're getting more than 2. And he basically just shut this down. Usually you don't want that from a general manager. You want GMs go, well, I'd pick up the phone for anybody, or you got to listen to every deal. This is one that I was so happy to hear from Andrew Berry. He, in essence, completely shut down the idea of them absolutely trading Myles Garrett. That sends a couple of messages. One, that sends a message to Myles. Hey, man, we're going to get you this contract. I didn't say this, but, we assume you're going to get that contract extension done. But also, buckle up. We're going to fix this. We know it's not good right now. You're a cornerstone piece here. We need you here. We're not getting rid of you. So just go ahead and exit that. Let that exit from your mind. But it's also saying something to the fan base. When the chips are down, when people are calling for jobs and you're upset, that's a little message to the fan base to say, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not, again, whether or not he gets fired after this year, I don't know. But that was a position of strength, in my opinion, from Andrew Berry to say, we're not even entertaining this, is not even a thing. So they can move forward and they'll get this extension done and really be able to quiet this down. Because, Ryan, I brought this up and I sent this tweet on. It pissed off a lot of people. Where I said, what do you think Myles Garrett looks when he sees Saquon Barkley doing what he's doing? Everybody goes, this situation are completely different. Yes, I'm well aware the Giants made an idiotic move to pay Daniel Jones over Saquon Barkley, and they basically discarded Saquon. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is still, in essence, the truth. A star player wasting his prime years on a bad football team. Look, do you think Saquon does, whatever the money might have been, you think he'd sacrifice a couple $1 million to do what he did in an NFC championship game, to go to the Super Bowl? And a lot of people, it's just so easy for a star player just to leave a team and go play on a Super Bowl contending team. I never said it was that easy. But it just makes your mind wander about a guy like Myles saying, I'm wasting my time here. Unless this team really within 3 years can get a quarterback to take us back to the playoffs, you have wasted Myles Garrett's career. And I know he'll get a contract and he will probably sign it to be the highest paid defensive player in football. And money is great, but to some of these guys, it's not everything. And he might sign it now under the guise of, in a couple of years, if this doesn't work, then you better do right by me and go and let me go, if that's in Myles' mindset. The thing is, this whole situation is not about the Browns being done with Myles. It's about Myles being done with the Browns. He is that level. And I'll tell you, he's the only player on this team that is to this level, where if he really wanted to move on, you have to let him go. And you have to prove it to him that we've got the right plan in place to find the quarterback to fix this mess. You owe it to him. You owe it to the fans. You owe it to all of us. I get it. But I thought it was a good start for Barry to say, we're going to shut this down. We're not even going to entertain anything like this. That's a little message to Myles to say, you're not going anywhere, man. You better just, I don't say fall in line here, but hey, this is where we're at. You got to give us our chance to fix this. You're under contract. We're going to get you a new contract. I appreciated hearing that from Andrew Berry, and I think it needed to be said.
I don't think Andrew Berry would have traded Myles Garrett regardless, but let's not pretend that he had a choice here, right?
Sure.
Because next season you go 3-14 again. Andrew Berry, see ya, you're on the first bus out of Berea. So there was no option. He wasn't going to trade his best defensive player because he knows he needs him to secure his job for next year.
Right.
And like I said, I don't think he would have traded him regardless. It's not like Myles is he on the back nine of his career? Probably, but in terms of
he's just making the turn, I would hope. He's on like 11.
Yes, in terms of decline, it's nowhere near warranting a trade.
He's still, a defensive player of the year finalist, right?
But Andrew Berry had no choice in this. Of course he says this.
No, and right. What else is he going to say, right? We're open to this. We're doing that. You're right. There's really no other way to handle it but to make it that emphatic. To be like, yeah, we're shutting this down. We have other things we need to focus on. And that's where you can't get wrapped up in this Myles stuff. You got to focus in on this quarterback thing. And you